looking at what it is, a commitment to more than 3,000 proclamation initiatives across the NAD territory in 2025. And so we are encouraging, inviting all of our churches and schools to be engaged in what God has called us to do, and presenting the good news of the gospel in every community where we serve. And so we are looking forward to that. Number one, all churches and schools are eligible to participate. And when we say churches, we are meaning churches, companies, and groups. And so Pentecost 2025 is really geared to help especially smaller churches and congregations, fledgling church plants that may only be at technically a group status, but they're needing an extra boost to accomplish the mission that they were planted for. And then we want every one of our schools to participate as well. They have a rich environment where day by day they are teaching and training and molding the minds of young people, and we want to encourage them to do that in the context of a call to Jesus Christ. So everyone is eligible to take part. Number two, up to $3,000 from the North American Division is being made available for each church, company, and group and school that chooses to participate. And I was just checking this morning. As of this morning, we have 2,851 congregations and schools that have applied to take part. And while we're saying 3,000 plus, we would invite every congregation and school to be involved with this. And so we just encourage you, if you are still giving consideration, to move forward with this.
So we want to clarify first, Doc. Does that mean that if a church has a school attached to the church, that the church and the school qualify?
Yes. Both the congregation and the school can apply, but each one would need to have their separate proclamation initiative in order to qualify. But yes, both would be eligible to receive that. Most of our pastors have multi-church districts. Every congregation in the district would be eligible for it. I talked last week with a pastor with 4 churches, and he was getting ready to apply for all 4 churches in his district. Number 3, in order to qualify for the full $3,000, each proclamation initiative requires a minimum of 15 sessions with at least 5 public facing. And let me just explain that so that we're clear on that. Some congregations may choose to have a 2-week, 3-weekend traditional evangelistic series with 15 sessions. That would clearly qualify for this. There would be 15 plus proclamation meetings that would take place. Some congregations may find that it works well to do a weekly small group Bible study in member homes. And so they may have a quarter, 10, 12, 13 weekly Bible studies taking place in a small group setting in a member's home, and then come together for 5, 6, 7 nights of public proclamation meetings to reap and call for decisions for what people have been learning. And that would qualify as well. And each church needs to consider in their context, their community, what would be the best combination that would be most winsome in meeting the needs of their community, and to empower their lay members to be involved. Number 4, registration is currently open. It has been since July 1, and you simply need to go, and we'll throw it up on the screen here in just a moment, but the website, Pentecost2025.com is the website, and there's a link there, and it's a pretty simple, straightforward registration process. Number 5, churches are encouraged to register by December 31 with board approval. And we would encourage the church or school board to vote in action to support this, and then to make the application online. December 31 is the deadline. And so because by then we're going to be into 2025, and we want to encourage everyone to be engaged in the whole cycle of evangelism. And so if you wait too long to begin that process, it's going to be hard to be ready for a fruitful harvest to take place. Number 6, pastors are allowed to use $1,000 of the $3,000 on evangelism equipment, such as a laptop, projector, whatever equipment may be needed. And so that is a helpful tool that, to do these things, you need tools. You need to have some core equipment in order to be most effective with this. And so we're allowing for that to take place with
Rick,
Yes.
just one question, Elder Watkins. I think it needs to be said at this moment that the funding that is coming is designated funds. That $3,000, it should only be used toward that Pentecost initiative. So that simply means that you can't put tires on the church van, you can't pave the church parking lot, you can't put new pews in the church. It has to be attached to some form of evangelism.
Yes, well stated. All of those other things are worthy projects, but these funds from the North American Division are dedicated and restricted specifically for this proclamation initiative. Well stated. Thank you. And Dr. Wellington, let me turn it over to you to continue.
Oh, yeah. Excellent, excellent. Well said, Doc. I think it's also important for our churches to be aware that each initiative, or pastors or lay people to be aware that each initiative must make appeals to follow Jesus Christ and include an invitation for baptism. We claim that we're not ashamed. We're not ashamed of the gospel. We're not ashamed to proclaim. We're not ashamed of what we're doing. And so we're encouraging you, as Pastor Watkins said earlier, our part is to do the proclamation, and the Holy Spirit does the rest. So we encourage, as you plan these initiatives, please make sure that they include an appeal and an invitation for baptism throughout your initiative. Number 8, each church or school that is registered will receive a welcome resource kit with various items, including the New Beginning Sermon Series. And I'm excited to talk about this because that packet, that welcome kit that you're going to get, has a lot of resources in there, including an evangelist church planner, which is an evangelism cycle of evangelism planning for you to be able to use to set up your meetings and to plan your evangelism for Pentecost 2025. It'll have a resource book in there called Baptize that was produced by our ministerial department, Dr. Ivan Williams and Pastor Jose Cortez and several others. We will have marketing resources in there. We'll have some additional resources from different ministries that you can download or you can have access, print, or sent to you through the mail. And we also will have on there the presentations. The presentations will be available in English, Spanish, and French, and with additional languages available online. And they are multicultural in nature, so you can just choose. You have multicultural, and they have the adults, and they have the youth, and they have the children, and they have the children of the children. Pastor Philip Baptiste will explain that one in his presentation just further on in our time together today. But awesome resources, electronic stuff for you to be able to give your presentations. Everything you need will be in that packet for you to go and to just open up and begin preaching and proclaiming the love of Jesus Christ. And finally, on this one, digital evangelism does qualify and needs to be done, of course, through the local church or school. As you know, we want to be able to connect those individuals you have who have those life transforming experiences through your online evangelism efforts, having them connected with a local church or school. So bear that in mind as you plan. Each application is reviewed by the local conference Pentecost coordinator and you for the various conferences in the Atlantic Union, your conference president has assigned one person who will review every application. Once that application is approved by your local conference coordinator in consultation with the conference president, then it will come on up to us at the North American division. We'll get some time to review that, and then it'll go over to Dr. Calvin Watkins, his office, and they will go through and review each application. Once they review each application, they give the final stamp of approval so that it moves on out to the mailing process, so we can send you the resource kits so that you can begin the preparation process for Pentecost 2025. And it's important to note, final thing on this, important to note that please give us an address that you will get these valuable resources at. Not a church address that no one will be there to receive that packet, or it will sit in the rain, or it sit outside for a long time for somebody else to pick it up. So please give us a local address. If it's a personal address or so, we can work with whatever address you give us so that we can send. Please note it's one welcome resource kit per church, and we want that to be pretty clear for everybody. More information. Dr. Calvin Watkins talked about bathing this thing with prayer. We will have prayer. We will have webinars. We will have resources that you can download, that you can use. Anything you want to know about Pentecost 2025, you can just visit us at that website that has just been posted. And then finally, join us in prayer. We have some resource cards that we can mail out to you about how you can get your members involved in Pentecost 2025. One of the cool things about it is not only they can connect with us digitally and with you digitally, but also you can get these individuals who you would like to have prayed for so that you can generate your prayer lists within your local context and prepare for Pentecost 2025. I think that covers our presentation on an overview of what Pentecost 2025 is. I'll turn it back over to you, Dr. Remmers, for any closing comments on this.
Thank you very much. And I think that we're ready to work with the hosts in the Q&A session.
Perfect.